My husband demanded I quit my job to focus on family, so I moved my paycheck into a separate account. My husband sat me down and told me it was time to focus on family. Translation: quit my job and become financially dependent on him. He said it like it was best for everyone, so I smiled, nodded, and moved my paycheck into an account he couldn't touch. I've always worked. Not because I had to prove anything, but because my job gave me something important: independence. I contributed to our household, paid bills, built savings, and maintained a sense of security that was mine. My husband never seemed to mind, at least not at first. But over time, his comments changed. He started saying the kids needed me home more, that my job was optional, that every family should be my priority. On the surface, it sounded caring. But underneath, there was a clear message. My financial independence was becoming inconvenient to him, and the more I resisted, the more he framed my hesitation as selfish. Like wanting my own income somehow meant I cared less about our family. The pressure built slowly. He'd point out how much easier life would be if I stayed home. Mention how other wives did what was best for their families. Question whether my career was worth the stress. And every conversation carried the same assumption, that eventually I would agree. I tried explaining why my job mattered to me, not just financially, but emotionally. It gave me confidence, security, and the ability to stand on my own if life ever changed unexpectedly. He dismissed those concerns immediately. Why would you need your own money if we're married? Don't you trust me? I'm trying to make things better for us. That last line stayed with me. Because real support doesn't require someone to give up their safety net. Then one night he said it directly. I think you should quit, not as a discussion, as an expectation. As he explained why my paycheck wasn't necessary anymore, one realization hit me hard. He wasn't asking me to focus on family. He was asking me to surrender the one thing that guaranteed I'd always have options. That thought changed everything. Because financial dependence can feel romantic when trust is strong. But when someone pressures you to give up independence, it raises a very different question. Why does your autonomy make them uncomfortable? And suddenly, I stopped seeing his request as supportive. I saw it as a test of how much control I was willing to hand over. My answer was simple: none. The next morning, I opened a separate bank account and redirected my paycheck. When he asked why, I looked him in the eye and said, if you want me to trust you with my future, stop asking me to give up my ability to protect it. Silence. Then I added, a loving partner supports your independence. They don't ask you to trade it for security they control. No yelling, no dramatic confrontation. Just one quiet decision that ensured my choices would remain my own. He was furious, accused me of being paranoid, and acting like we were planning for divorce. But honestly, that reaction told me everything I needed to know. Because a separate account didn't hurt our family. It only limited his access to my earnings. Some friends said every married couple should combine finances completely. Others said maintaining personal financial security is simply common sense. I understand both views. But I also know this. Anyone who truly wants what's best for you shouldn't feel threatened by your ability to stand on your own. Maybe he genuinely believed staying home would benefit our family. Maybe opening a separate account felt like a rejection of trust. But I don't think love requires surrendering your financial independence to prove commitment. Some people call that planning for the worst. I call it making sure you always have a choice. If someone asks you to give up the income that protects your freedom, are they asking for partnership or dependence? So I kept my paycheck where only I could move it. Was I wrong?